Well, then let's do it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 86th movie review. And we're the 86th, which is Johnny V over here, and down on the bottom where he likes it, Frankie B. And tonight was my pick, so I'm going to ask myself,
why?
Halloween Jack? Yeah, why? Halloween Jack, why Blue Sunshine? That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer for it, but I mean, part of the reason was because we were watching Vintage's pick of Galaxy of Terror, and Zalman King, who's the star of this, showed up in that movie. So when I saw him, I thought, oh, okay, what a good opportunity to tie this together. I didn't see this in the movies, but I did see it, I think, on HBO, and there was just something about it that struck me that I liked about it. But I'll talk about that later. So let's get first impressions of this, and I'm going to start with the man on the bottom. May as well start on the bottom to go to the top. Frankie B, what's your first impression of this?
I watched it a few nights ago, and I watched it through. I didn't do it in chunks. It entertained me to a point. I will say this for them: these guys really rock it when it comes to nighttime lighting, because shadows. I mean, it wasn't like watching the Green Hornet. Like, let's take daytime and pretend it's night. I like they had three different stories going on. I thought it was going to kind of be like a anthology or something like that. Or, they got three different stories going on, and then they all kind of merged together at the end. But they merged together a lot quicker than that. You had the doctor in the hospital, you had the babysitter Wendy, and you also had the cop's family with that really awesome parrot. But yeah, there was some good points in this movie, but there was a continuous bad point that really kind of made it a little irritating. But we'll get to that. I have a
By the way, that parrot, that was Jeff Lieberman, who was the director. He voiced the parrot. So
I love in the beginning. Oh, sunshine! Oh, sunshine! What you got me doing?
Wow. Great. So Johnny V, without giving too much away, first impressions.
Well, I finished this 5 minutes ago, or probably now.
I knew it.
Well, I was entertained, I think.
Well, I hope.
I'm not totally sure how I feel about this movie, but I think what most I enjoyed about this whole movie was the whole 70s vibe and the discos and the balls and the signage and stuff. I think I got more of a kick out of that than anything. But
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's just kind of a throwback. What I've liked is 9 years old, or see, actually would have been 8 when this came out. Probably, because what else do we got to choose from back then? Yeah, it was somewhat entertaining. It was better than I was anticipating, because after watching the trailer, I'm like, I don't know about this. But it turned out better than I was anticipating.
Well, it's funny too, being it has that whole disco vibe. I frequently was at the club CBGB's in New York in my teen years, and the whole disco scene. They used to show that as a backdrop sometimes when the Ramones were on, like playing at CBGB's, and it was a whole. It was actually a whole anti-disco thing, kind of. I mean, they didn't put it up there as, you know, like an homage to the movie. It was like it fueled a lot of the punk bands, you know, to say disco sucked at that time. You know, it's got a. I mean, it's got a really good cast if you think about it. The one who played the senator at Fleming, that was Mark Goddard, who was Lost in Space. He was Don West on Lost in Space. You had what's her name? Alice Ghostley, who was on Bewitched as Aunt. I mean, it was a short part for her, but as Esmeralda. I can't say much about Zalman King. As far as though, in his defense, the director kind of made him do it over the top because he was an anti-hero, if you think about it. I mean, he was being accused of all these murders, though he did kind of push that guy in front of the truck. So I mean, you can kind of think he did that on purpose, though he didn't push the girl over the balcony. But the director asked him to do it over the top because there was this constant question of whether he was involved in the whole thing or if he was the killer, if he really was, you know. So yeah, I know, Frank, I see you making a face.
It's a great idea, but fail.
And the funny part is the girl who played his girlfriend, Wendy, really wasn't in too many films, but she was in Blue Sunshine and Blue Thunder. So maybe there's some kind of thread going on there. Another point is at the beginning of the film when they had the party and that one guy was doing the bird thing and someone said, is he Rodin? And they're like, Rodin the painter? No, Rodin the monster. That was the late Brian James, who was in, gosh, help me out here.
Blade Runner. He was in Blade Runner.
48 Hours. He was in, and unfortunately left us all too soon. You know, he was a great actor, but I mean, there's to me, there's a lot of high points in this, but and also a lot of low points. So let's get to the high points, and I'm going to start with you, Vintage, if you have any.
Oh, the high point. Hey, I'm going to let you handle comments because they're not popping up on mine. And
all right.
I see Juke said he dropped a few hits of acid before the movie, so send me some.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't bogart. Share those.
Yeah. You should not drive.
Let's see. Favorite parts. No more chocolate pudding.
Kids.
Oh, and let me tell you something. Growing up in the 60s, I can relate to that. I'm telling you, I could relate to that. Whenever you bought ice cream, or even if you bought a 6-pack of candy bars or chocolate, no, your father was the one who decided. You don't know. It was funny because I was just telling Jackie when we were watching this. Boy, could I relate to that part, big time. That was a big thing when I was growing up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's quite all right. I admired the tape outline in the murder house that was on the shag carpet on the.
That must have been tough.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think that took some time for some dude. I guess the body was still there, so he's doing tapes around the body.
I was waiting to see the outline of a dog or a parrot.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know if I don't have a lot to dislike either. You know me, I just plunge a bunch of notes down and read them all at once. Oh, and I knew there had to be a scene where the dude shot somebody with a gun because of Going Off Galaxy of Terror where he was shooting everybody. I just knew there had to be a scene where he was going to shoot somebody in this one. And it looked like why did it take so long to shoot? I mean, he could have shot him in the body anywhere, and then he shoots, and it doesn't look like he's aiming at the neck, but that's where he hit it.
That's where he got.
That's where he got it. Anyway, I'm sure I'm skipping some, but I don't know. This whole movie was a lot of nostalgia for me. That's what I really liked about it. It's just living in the 70s and looking at all the old stuff that's still sitting around there that's gone today. And I like how the girl described the girl's neighbor said the guy had a gorgeous puss. Yeah, gorgeous puss. There's a term you don't hear too often.
You picked that out of.
Not anymore. Not.
Oh, it's funny what I may have picked out of here. We'll see. Anyway, go on.
All right, Frankie B. Any favorite parts?
Okay, good parts.
Favorite parts, if any?
No, there was some. I loved the babysitter part with the kids, especially later on when she trips out on them. You know, I mean that's crazy. And the little girl's reaction: "Stop it! You're scaring me." Adorable.
I mean, seriously, didn't you want to see the kids go over the balcony instead of her?
Oh my God! No, I thought what was it, Jason, or what's the kid's name? Jason. I thought you rocked. Yeah, but then he pulled out like a thing out of her cheap wig. But her eyes were great. I thought that was the best part. It's like the look on her eyes when the wig came off and she just had that look. I'm like, yeah, oh. So I didn't think it would get any scarier. Nice job.
Wow, I didn't expect that early, but here.
The opportunity was there. I took it.
Wow. And I also like there's a part where the two cops in the beginning were sitting in the car, and it looked like Jack Lord and Ronnie Dangerfield. Yeah, I tell you, she wouldn't give me any news.
Well, you know what's funny? How they had that guy as the cop at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a terrific character actor. He's been in a lot of things. He was in, oh gosh, why am I forgetting now?
Because you're old.
Yeah, he was in MASH. He was in High Plains Drifter, and it's funny. You notice that he disappeared, and how there was suddenly another cop that was in charge of the whole thing. That's because he was supposed to be in the whole movie, and I don't know what he did. He had an accident or something.
Oh wow!
And that's why he was only in the beginning, and then he wasn't in the end. But yeah. Sorry, maybe Frank. I have to interrupt.
No, maybe
trivia.
No, more than all right, man. Maybe he had a flashback too. Like I can't do this movie. I'm tripping out. I did like also the campaign guy, the Congress guy that was running for Congress. His guy there, didn't he look like John Candy on Roe? You know? Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember. Yeah, he looked like a tall, thin John Candy. It was a trippy. And when he freaked out, that was another good part. That fun part when he started throwing people around and shit like that. But
I sort of thought he looked like Biff from Back to the Future.
That too. But when he talked, I'm like, oh my God, he sounds like John Candy too. I'm like, tall and thin and just crazy. Then he's in the mall later, I was like, oh God, he's gonna pick out one of those wigs because he had lost the other one. It'd be great if he came out here with a freaking Bette Midler or a Phyllis Diller. That's about all I can say about my favorite parts. I did like just the theme, the 70s theme and stuff like that, and there was some good characters in there and good scenes, and some parts are scary, but yeah, more on why there weren't more of those later. Those things.
I mean, I have to say, I mean, I just like the whole vibe of this movie. That was, a lot of my favorite parts. And it's weird because it almost came off like a TV movie at first with the music and everything. And what was interesting is the director, Jeff Lieberman, was approached about having this as a TV movie, by a couple of the networks, but they wanted to cut so much out of it that he said it was only going to be left with like an hour of film, and that's
Wow.
why he decided to direct it, or put it in the movies theatrically.
Mm.
It, I think, I want to say, you were talking about the outlines with the, the blood and everything. Believe it or not, that's one of my favorite parts because you really didn't, it was almost like a crime investigation thing, which you didn't really see in movies like that, where, a lot of movies didn't show the aftermath of what happened. And, I was kind of stunned, but also kind of drawn into those parts. I mean, except for Zalman King hearing everything in his head. I mean, there was just something so, I mean, it was morbid, but, I was just the fact of him going to investigate the crime scene and the whole thing. I just think it's kind of weird that, and I'm not going to say this is my least favorite part, but I'm just saying it was kind of funny how nobody really lost their minds until their wigs came off.
Yeah, and the
You
eyes.
noticed that with the guy at the beginning, like he was fine. He was singing Frank Sinatra. Oh, that was another my favorite part: the Barbra Streisand and the
Frank Sinatra puppets.
and the senator sitting there looking like, what the hell have I got myself into? There was just a lot of stuff like that in this that was so good that I really enjoyed. But I just, what I think I really enjoyed about this movie as a whole, it was just so weird. It was like off of center, if you know what I'm saying. It was just, I don't know. It was like nothing I had ever seen before. I guess I'm trying to say, and that's what really, really got me about this film. Anyway, let's get to the least favorite parts. I'm going to start with Vintage over there.
Good call.
Oh,
It might be a
I
while.
know the list is long. So.
like I said, this not necessarily a lot of dislikes, and there could be some likes. I just, because I wrote all these notes down and really haven't had a chance to review them too much. I just hope I can read them. Right.
Just right. Somebody talks.
Let me tell you, the opening of this movie annoyed the crap out of me, and I think it was the audio part of it. I don't know if it was just me, but I had to keep turning the volume down on my computer when I was watching it because it seemed awfully loud and annoying sound.
Yeah.
I think they did that on purpose, to be honest with you.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was annoyed by it. Yeah, because. But I love. Let's see.
Yeah, Helen Keller did the audio mix for it. How's this?
This is like in a dislike. The first guy that was the friend, and he gets up there and sings in front of everybody. You got to give this guy credit, man. He has got a lot of confidence because he knows he's got this issue with wearing his wig. And I think my issue was he should have used some more glue on that wig because it came off awfully too easy. But I admire the dude's confidence, dude. He just gets up there and sings, and then, oh no, I got no wig, and takes off, and then comes back and kills everybody. But,
Well, and that's what's weird about it. Like I was saying, didn't it seem like everybody was totally normal until the wig came off?
Mm.
That's
like that was the click. Or the
like that was the thing that was like the trigger or something. Yeah.
No. When the guy puts the girl in the fireplace,
my God.
Yeah, you know what I'm getting to? I'm like, wait a minute. She's not going to fit exactly like that. And how did he get her in there that way?
Yeah, I mean, I could have been held the fight.
Yeah. And then what blows your mind, if you listen later on, not only did he burn one of them, he burned all three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
right.
That's like weird. He wasn't exactly a big dude either. When he was grabbing the one, the other three could have jumped in, or the other
left, just fucking gone, ran, right? But he kills and he puts all three there. Now, what's really weird is the dude comes in and is just sitting there. He goes and he sees his friends and they're burning. Oh no! And then he shuts the door. Now you should keep the door open because you need to air that shit out. And it takes time to sit in front of the fire and just kind of watch his friends burn, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Before the hero comes with the gun, you know? You're just pondering.
Yeah, that just kind of like, wow, kind of morbid there. Oh, and then after he pushes his friend in front of the truck, and the other one of the passenger gets out of the seat, and then he goes back and gets the gun. That dude has never fired a gun in his life because it's like this. When you get ready to fire a gun, you know.
Don't think or you'll miss.
Oh, and then the guy gets hit in the
Like he
arm.
wasn't trying to shoot him. Like he shot him once, and there was something about it that I guess freaked him out, and he just, I don't know. It looked like he was just firing up in the air. But
Well, the guy was showing him how to shoot. Remember the guy that gave him the gun, and he did his
no, he's talking about the truck driver, the one that
the truck driver got out. He went and got the gun out of the glove compartment and shot him in the arm.
Oh, yeah. The guy,
but then he was like kind of shooting up in the air after that.
Yeah. I liked how when the guy meets the girl, and they're sitting there at the bench and see the old guy read the newspaper. Then the guy goes and gets the newspaper and he reads it. Then he departs with the girl, and he's reading the newspaper going up the escalator back. Yeah. Who the fuck does that? Yeah. First, it's disrespectful to the girl, but who the fuck goes up an escalator backwards? It doesn't walk. Because you're gonna fucking fall when you get to the top. I'm sorry.
Bye. Don't scratch my Bronco.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think. Oh, yeah. It wasn't her Bronco anyway. It was her uncle's or somebody was out of town. God.
I didn't really hear a thank you for that either.
Yeah, he was kind of a douche, but
he was a douche. He was a douche canoe.
All right. When he breaks into that murder house, first off, yeah, not very subtle, but he's wanted for killing or attempted murder or killing somebody, and he's very out in the open all the damn time.
All right, you took one of my points, but yeah.
Yeah. And so, well, I'm already wanted for murder. Let's just add some breaking and entering to it. And then he gets to the room and he sees the outline of the blood, and then he just starts freaking out in the doorway. What the hell is that? I mean, and he has these visions. I mean, is he? That's where it confused me. I was thinking, well, is he infected too? Did he do acid back then? Does he have some psychic ability, or is he just fucking nuts? Yeah, I think he's just nuts.
Yeah,
I didn't understand. I couldn't put that together. I apologize if I overthink things, which I've been accused of. Things I did. One of the things I enjoyed is that the picture of the congressman and the psychedelic look, and I like the blue sunshine because it's printed on one of them old label makers. Remember that you'd switch. Yes. Okay. Blue the things I pick out in this movie. All the 70s stuff, the little label makers. It doesn't have a story, but yeah, things I pick up on. And I loved the mall scene and Penny's. And who would have thought Penny's sold plants at one time?
Right? They did.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 70s. You know, everybody had hanging baskets, and you had like the strings that you could knit and stuff, and hang your hanging basket on, and spider plants and all that crap. It was good time. Nobody.
Yeah, but let's face it. When you saw that, didn't that make you nostalgic for the mall? I mean, Jackie and I were talking about that when we were watching this, about how you could go to the mall and spend the whole day there and not even spend anything.
Yeah.
And just hang out and go to the stores.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That's one of my good points that I forgot. But
that's also why Dawn of the Dead's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Although we can get into discussion about that, but in reality, that mall never had a gun store. Dawn of the Dead. That is. I'm just pointing that out. We'll get to that. Yeah, that was the only thing that was filmed somewhere else.
Yep.
God, can you imagine having a gun store in a mall? Yeah. And I sort of think who knows? Maybe at some point, Mr. Trump's seen this movie because the politician had a slogan, "Time to make America good again."
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was like good.
I thought, wow,
They're great.
Maybe
ahead of
that's where
his
he got it
time.
from.
1977. Yeah. Touche. I'm done.
I mean, to be honest with you, I looking at this movie, it kind of reminded me of the Dead Zone too, about the politician, and
Yeah.
with the shady past, and he had that, um, bodyguard who isn't, on the up and up. But yeah, when I was watching this, it kind of flashed me back to that. But all right, Frankie, take a deep breath after vintages. Go ahead.
Well, in the title where I have least favorite parts, it says Zalma King as Jerry Zippy Zipperman or whatever the hell his name was. I just call him Zippy. His overacting and overreacting, just like he did in Your Terror. I hated the ending. The ending was horrible. It was just like, what? It's like they ran out of time or whatever movie. It's like, oh, we got to end it right here. Okay, you took out Biff or John Candy, on Roe, and we got to end it here because we're at 90 minutes. It's just weird. I didn't like the old lady dying during the surgery. When we thought maybe the guy
Oh,
was
yeah.
out of control. I've heard stories about that though. I had a teacher who was telling us that he had a friend and they watched him in surgery, and it was like they're very savage that way, vulgar with the language, is just very impatient, stuff like that. I guess it's just part of the process for some of them. But the next thing is a list, and it's what I call the Zippy list and why he sucks. At that weird 70s party, he pits his girlfriend and his drunk girlfriend in a car with like 3 drunk guys. He says, go on into town. I'm gonna go walk around and roam the woods. Is he stupid?
I'm gonna go look for the crazy guy. You take my girl. Yeah.
Yeah. You take the crazy wild girl and with these 3 guys that are. Oh my god! I was like, that was crazy. And the party host throwing the people in the fireplace, and he comes in, he's walking around, he's playing pocket pool. I was like, oh boy, what do I do? And then you mentioned Johnny, he's back there later, and as his friends are tortured and probably smells nasty, the burning hair, and he's just there lounging, and then the hero shows up with the gun and all that shit. It's like, what's up with this guy? He goes to his buddy's doctor. Obviously he's got a gunshot. They'd have to report it. So he shows up bleeding, and he shows up at his buddy's doctor office or whatever, and with the dippy nurse, and the guy treats him without even wearing gloves. It's like, dude, his blood.
Well, it was the 70s, so.
Oh my god! I mean, working for for a blood bank, it's like, whoa, no, you can't be doing that. And Johnny, again, you mentioned the weird, just all of a sudden he turns around in the suit and he throws open the newspaper and he goes backwards up the escalator. He's just like, well, hi, hello. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for the Bronco. You notice how when he goes to the crime scene, he enters that place like Kramer on Seinfeld, and slams the door button. He goes to the crime scene, all the over dramatic reactions. Again, what was that all about? The parrot in the closet, that was funny, but the bird was totally chill. All this stuff comes out, then he comes out, and he's like, rah, rah, rah,
The police not thoroughly go through the house and look for everything that could possibly
yeah. Well, maybe they were, and the parrot was driving them nuts, and the cop probably just threw him in
He threw him in the closet.
He's like, shit, we forgot to let off the parrot. I know he's there to feed him anyway. Fuck him. Not too many more. Again, he's a suspect for murder, and he's just walking around town casually and shit like that. Like da 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 da. He kept bringing me out of the show. I mean, his acting was that bad, and for this, and if the director made him do that, then he's a dumbass, because I mean, I can understand where he was trying to get to that effect, but it was a total miss, hard fail. And I love it when Zippy takes his cue from the parrot and he hides in the closet. He's spying on the doctor to make sure he's not one of them. Oh, but that's yeah, that's all I can say as far as things I didn't really like.
Well, I mean, as far as the whole Zippy thing, I mean, she was the only one who called him Zippy. Everybody else had a different nickname for this guy. And all I could think is her calling him Zippy was, gee, that's real romantic. That's like a real romantic nickname for somebody. What, Zippy the Pinhead or something like that? I mean, that's
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
know that's kind of bothered me. And
I'm thinking Zippy the monkey.
you're Zippy
Yeah.
the monkey.
From Howdy Doody. You know the reason? Because my dad is a big Howdy Doody fan, and he has a Zippy the monkey. And that's what I kept thinking of every time I heard Zippy. But I'm
But then
sorry.
again, Zippy the Pinhead. You remember Zippy the Pinhead? That was like in those underground comics that you weren't supposed to read when you were a kid. But I think another thing that bothered me was the voice of the kids. And when I did research on it, it reminded me of like a kaiju movie where the kids had to be overdubbed by adults. Well, that's what happened with this, because the mother of the two kids didn't really realize what kind of movie this was. And when she found out, she yanked the kids out of production. So their voices, I hate that. I hate when they use adults the voice. It's so obvious, and that really drove me crazy. What else? Like you guys said, it's here. He's a wanted man, potentially for 2 murders. Okay, and every time he meets somebody, it's out in public somewhere. It's like, hey, let's go to the most public places we can go for people to meet me.
Political rally, for Christ's sakes.
He's just hanging there on the side, all by himself.
I think again, what bothered me was Zalman King's over the top performance, and it kind of reminds me of when they did Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and initially in the script, Bela Lugosi was supposed to talk. He was supposed to be blind, from a continuation from Ghost of Frankenstein, but they didn't do that. They cut all that out, so it just looked like Lugosi was stumbling along like an idiot. Without an explanation. And I kind of feel that way about this. If the director told him, okay, let's do this so it makes you look like you could possibly be the killer, I don't know, they should have hinted at that more, because it just made him look like a complete psycho. And you kind of think maybe he does, but I mean, the glaring clue was he didn't go to Stanford. He was the only one who didn't. So he wasn't affected. But what about the doctor? He kept having the headaches, and and by the way, that was Robert Waltman. He was in Lou Grant. He was in the Lou Grant series.
You look more familiar.
Yeah, and they were going to have him played by Jeff Goldblum at one point.
I can see that, yeah.
But they felt that Jeff Goldblum looked too much like Zalman King. Which I could see. So I mean, sorry, terror train coming through.
Wouldn't be a show without the terror train.
Jeff Goldblum should have been the star of this movie, not that guy.
I just kind of felt like, if I think if they said Zalman King's character kind of was a victim of this too, his performance would have seemed more legit.
Yeah, I would explain why he's
like maybe he had taken the acid too, but I mean, you just wonder how did the doctor escape the symptoms everybody else did? I mean, he
didn't take it.
Sunshine too.
No, he said he didn't take it. He was selling it. Yeah, he was selling it to help pay for college, but he never took it.
Oh, I thought that was just the senator who was selling it.
No, he was getting it from the senator, but he was reselling it and making a small profit to help fund his college.
So what was the whole thing about with the headaches and everything? I mean,
I don't know about that. Maybe he just has issues, and he's.
That made me feel like that's what he was.
He was stressed about losing his favorite patient. You know.
Yeah.
I guess that was a red herring. I guess, you know, trying to make it look like he was. Yeah, I mean, I've watched this movie before, and I kind of missed that part. I guess. There, the the director, Jeff Lieberman, he. I'm trying to think what else he directed. He directed that film Satan's Little Helper. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
It's a goofy movie, but I love it.
Which I can say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he also did Squirm just before this one. So, I mean, that's got, you know, his style. He actually did a remake of this film. Called Remote
He
Control.
realized
What?
It was called Remote Control. And instead of LSD, it was actually video games that were making people go. I've yet to find it. I got to see if I can find that film.
Well, find that and send that to me because it sounds interesting.
That may be a watch along one of these days, or it might be my next pick. Yeah, I mean, overall, I can't. You know, I could be nitpicky about a lot of stuff from this, but it's like, again, one of those films was just so off of center that it fascinated me to watch it, and you know, it entertained me from beginning to end. So you know, it kind of stuck with it through the whole thing. And I saw it a long time ago on HBO of all places, and you know how HBO repeated things ad nauseum. So I think I watched it about 100 times over a period of like a month or so. So, but it you know, really stuck with me. Okay, so I guess we're going to get time to the old dreaded rating system here. And I'm going to start with you, Frankie.
Okay.
Remember, we're all friends here, so I won't get insulted.
Despite the fact that Zippy sucks, there was a lot of fun making fun of this movie while I was watching it, so you know that's good. But no, there was some crazy parts, and the babysitter scene tripping out was like, you know, I mean, I thought it was like kind of a gag. The fact that it was kids, you know, the fact that you knew the girl was like not threatened, you're like, oh, come on. It looks like Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what have you done with your hair? Don't you like it, John? It's done. But there was, oh God, wow.
Yeah.
She was up for the part, but they didn't want to do it because she looks like she's wearing a ball cap because you can see her hair underneath.
Top of her head looks like a ding dong. Looks like
All right,
Yoko Natsu.
It wasn't so bad. If there was some changes made, like lead actor, maybe even I don't know. But I'd give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Oh, okay.
It would be an 8.5, close to a 9 if they like Jeff Goldblum had the lead part in kept Zalma King or whatever his name out of it. I mean, nothing against the guy personally, but this is the second movie I've seen of him, and he totally sucks. So
I don't know. I guess they typed the character with him. You know, from what I hear,
movie he's in that I
kind
really
of
like.
loony in real life too. So I mean,
Yeah,
typecasting. All right, Johnny V.
Well, you know, Frank said this, and I would give this movie higher if the ending was not so abrupt. It's like they ran out of money. And all right, well, we're out of money. Let's just give a synopsis at the end, what happens, and call it a day.
Do a voiceover.
Yeah, it really threw me. I'm like, you'd think they could have just kind of finished up those little threads, but
I was thankful. No, it is over.
yeah, it is over. Yeah. It kept my interest. It's you got to take it for what it was from back in what was it 77 did this come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 77. Yeah, like I said, yeah, it was a nostalgia trip for me. I'm going to probably shock HJ. I'm also giving it a 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I am shocked. I can't rate this lower than a snarling. at all. So,
Oh, it's much better than the snarling. So please,
and I got to tell you too. I mean, one point that I thought was kind of, and I can't say whether it's not a good point or a bad point, but it's just funny how the guy is showing him how to use the gun in the gun shop, and he goes, "You hold that baby." And he interpreted that as hold the baby. I mean, I thought that was like really bizarre that they did that. But I also thought it was funny that when he went to do it, there was a cop standing near the target. So
Yeah, just standing there. Look, you're gonna shoot him up.
little things like that that I thought were hilarious. And I just thought it was funny about him. All right, you hold the baby. No, it's not the baby. He said hold this baby. Like I enjoyed little things like that. Just so I don't rate this lower than snarling, I'm going to give it 8.5. I should be giving it a 9 or 10 because it was my pick, and it is a film I enjoy. But I mean, I got to knock that extra 15 points off for Zalman King. Just being so freaky in this. I mean, maybe that was a high point of it, but it's just, I don't know. It might have worked differently if it had been a different actor. Now, again, no, Jeff Goldblum wasn't up for his part. It was for the doctor. But I don't know. It's tough for me to be hard on this, but maybe it worked because of Zalman King being so quirky. I don't know. Maybe if there was somebody else that was an actual hero type in the role, this wouldn't have worked for me. But no, like I said, I've watched this several times, and like we always say, it entertains you. I mean, it's one of these things you had to stick with it to the end. And I agree with you guys, tying up the loose ends as just a super at the end was kind of weird, but then maybe that was also merciful that it just ended the whole thing there. But yeah, that's I'll give it an 8.5. So final thoughts, guys. Frankie B.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. And this is the kind of movie, if it was playing on a live channel somewhere and I came across it, depending on where I landed on it, it'd be if I stuck around and watched it for a few minutes or watched it for the remainder. But where he dominates the film, it's like, I'm sorry, it's just horrible that I don't want to criticize his acting ability. But it could have been simply
what acting ability?
yeah. I mean, holy crap. But he kept taking me out of the process. He kept reminding me that I was watching a bad performance, on somebody, where there was some actually decent performances by some of the other performers. But yeah, if someone said, "Oh, have you heard about this movie?" I wouldn't discourage people, but I would at least give them a warning. Like, you might want to take some action when you watch the movie.
Take some Blue Sunshine before you watch it.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe we were supposed to watch it while we're under the influence or something like that, because then it would have made sense. Oh, I get it now, man. Yeah, he made this movie for us because we're all tripping. But no, it's not worth it.
Well, it was kind of funny too. Remember when he said to and that was the other point, when he goes to Wendy's apartment and she just brings him into the apartment.
Yeah.
And they're standing in the kitchen talking, and he's talking about acid, and she goes, "Really? What kind of acid?" what battery acid? What are you talking? LSD. Yeah. Again, little quirky things like that. Johnny V, what's your final thoughts on this?
Well, I look at it like this. You all complain about King's acting. I think King's acting is what made the movie for me, because if you put a decent actor in his role with everything else in this movie, it just makes it a bad movie. But this makes it such a bad movie that it's enjoyable. I like it. King's made the movie for me. Which is weird because I didn't care for him in Galaxy of Terror. It was just kind of annoying and over the top. He's over the top here, but it kind of fits this odd movie.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
That's why I gave it a 7. It sort of made it enjoyable for me. Do I recommend you watch it? You ain't got nothing else to watch, sure. Yeah.
Really got the
Or if you're going to drop acid, then
There's plenty of worse things to watch, but if you're going to drop acid, please pop in Coraline in 3D. Please do that instead. Don't watch this.
Oh no,
Don't waste the acid. Watch it, something that's really going to make you like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching it.
I can't believe I'm tripping. I'm in a bad mood because I watched this movie. How is that possible?
Hey, no, I agree with everything you guys said, and there you have it, our 86 review of Blue Sunshine. So next time on the 86, we're going to go with, is it Frankie B's pick, wasn't it?
Yes.
Way of the Dragon will be coming up. And
Oh, son of a bitch, if I didn't load the wrong trailer. Way of the Dragon next week on the 86.
Well, that's the way it is. And then, of course, we're going to have, all our picks coming up, Retribution. And Retribution is going to be, it's going to be another mystery movie, isn't it? Picked by Frankie B, right?
That's right. We don't know what it is, and we won't know until
That's
then.
interesting. And eventually we're going to do that with guests, I think. Let them pick it. And I like the idea of making a mystery movie. It just, something really cool about that.
Keep us on our toes, right?
Unless somebody picks Cats or something like that, then I'll be signing off at that point. If that ever happens,
you're just gonna let me and Frank
funny,
watch. Because oddly enough, I think me and Frank would set through Cats.
Yeah, I haven't seen
you
Cats,
would.
so I wouldn't recommend it yet.
Yeah, you would, just the two of you, absolutely, or any guest.
Oh, come on now! It's a team effort. You gotta be a team
I
player.
guess I have to bite
You've
the
never
bullet.
seen. You haven't seen it, have you?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
Never. Oh, please don't pick that. Don't why are we talking about this? I'm not encouraging anybody to pick that. Come on.
It's almost now like it's got to be a dare that one of us do it.
And the doctor is like, cats.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, thank you for whoever joined us tonight. Thanks to Juke for hanging in there, and we'll see you next Tuesday for 2 more episodes of the Green Hornet, and then the Thursday after that will be Frankie B's pick of Way of the Dragon. Then what? Wait a minute. I gotta look at my calendar. I never forget.
After Way of the Dragon is going to be Harvey.
It's your
Harvey,
pick.
yes.
What is it?
Harvey.
Oh, that's right. I have.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Harvey.
I'm excited about it.
And then Frank's pick for Retribution, and then my pick for the 86th.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
be surprised if I pick Cats.
That would be a surprise.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and everybody that's watching later on. I mean, it's always a lot of fun, great camaraderie here, and we're like a family. And everybody watch like a family. We invite you into this crazy family every week, every Tuesday, every Thursday, right here on the 86. So everybody have a good weekend and gear up for next Tuesday with 2 more episodes of the Green Hornet. Don't leave yet.
Don't leave yet.
Don't leave yet.
There's something new tonight.
Uh-oh.
Already?
I tried to get us out of it. You see that? I tried to close it down before this happened.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Yes!
You know what? I don't need those guys. Screw them. I'm just gonna 86 that batch of backstabbing thieves. I only need my bestest skeleton friend, Boner. Oh, I'd give you all a piece of my mind if I had the balls to actually pick up a phone and physically talk to somebody. But no, I'm a keyboard warrior. You gotta deal with it. I'm right, you're wrong. Ain't that right, Boner? I'm glad you agree. Oh, I love you too. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. You know what? I really can't stand that little cunt nugget in the corner. She thinks she's all that. If it wasn't for her questioning my motives, none of this would have happened. Oh, I'd give her a piece of my mind if I seen her right now. Yeah.
Later.
Much later.
Well, it gave me time to
What you
enjoy the
watching,
artwork.
Frank? Security footage from last night. Next door. Is that Barry? Yeah.
What's he doing with his arm?
Does he think he's talking? Yeah. What are you saying? You want to see me right now? All right, bitch. I'll show you. No, Jenny, let me do it. Let me do it, Jenny. I'm the cool comic collector. Yeah. You better be. Hey, what you is? Please, Jenny, just do it for me, for my sake, right? Please. Okay. I warn you now. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Just give me a chance. I assure you I can handle everything.
No, this is going.
Jack off, huh? Piece of shit like you fake motherfucker. Yeah, what, pretend to be friends with somebody? Well, take it, motherfucker. Take it.
Oh my god.
What, you ain't got nothing to say? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh no. Oh.
Calm, cool, and
Jesus,
collected.
Frank? Cool, calm, and collected? What the hell was that? I just lost my cool a little bit, you know. Damn. Well, hopefully he'll learn a lesson. I seriously doubt it. He's probably gonna do some stupid shit next. Boy, JD's gonna be mad he's missed this. Passed out drinking already? No, because John here doesn't have a third hand. I'll show him. I'll show all those pathetic people. I'll show 'em what I can do. Let me get the band together. I'll show 'em. Fuck all y'all. 'Cause I know best.
Whooped his ass.
Oh.
Awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, good night. On that
Peace out,
note,
Jack. Yeah, peace, man.
Come back next Thursday for part 2.